Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
And I'm Office Bloke Max.
Three of us here today.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
This is a top 20 worst decisions in sports history.
Oh, what's going to be on there?
This is going to be a wind-up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly.
What do we reckon?
We get some of the worst ones, even with VAR. And they make the wrong decision, where everybody else in the world says it's something else.
Exactly.
It's
For me,
incredible.
one thing I like about sporting decisions when they come about, it's a very big talking point.
Yeah.
Whether you agree or whether
dominates it.
What you got to remember is refereeing now in most sports is always it's an opinion.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah, and it's human error, isn't it? And you're always
Yeah,
going to, humans are always going to make mistakes. I get that, but sometimes you think,
yeah. But even when they're describing stuff, especially in our football over here, English football, when they say VAR said he was offside, he's offside by like the slightest thing, and I'm like, how do you know when that ball's left the other guy's foot?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
that's
What precise second?
By the
And that's-
pixel.
Yeah, and
what
that's
you
it. So
mean.
you could be way off.
yeah,
You know, it's not that advanced yet, sort of thing. But then it's not right. Then it doesn't become right.
yeah.
So they've got to change the rule to affect that. But sporting mistakes or
human. That makes
errors like that, decisions. It's
Yeah.
you go, but it adds talking points for years to come.
But then
know.
you get people that go over the top like, yeah, but it's fixed. See, oh,
Well, you
human
do.
error, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fixed.
I
And
was
then,
seeing that yesterday with one of your lot. Giving it the big
United?
one. Yeah, giving it the big one that it was fixed. Rooney on one of the talk things
Oh,
saying the
the
QPR
QPR.
game, saying it was fixed.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's because it was one of the QPR players was celebrating.
don't mind. It's because he's a bellend. That's what the answer
I
is.
don't know. I've got no
Anyway, the top 20 worst decisions in sports history.
There always will be a lot of second guessing in the NBA of what might have been. Had we taken Michael, we might have had a dynasty.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the biggest mistakes ever made in sports.
The Red Sox committed the original sin of baseball. That is, they traded Babe Ruth to the Yankees for cash.
Oh, right.
Number 20, Japan's
Oh, I know
judo
what
humiliation. The hometown crowd at the Tokyo Olympics was electric. It was 1964, and the IOC had just added judo to the games for the very first time. It was supposed to be a national showcase, Japan's own martial art on their home turf. Their champions were destined for gold. For 3 weight classes, they were right. Japanese judoka swept the medals, but the Federation's critical mistake was hubris. They believed no outsider could possibly claim the new open weight division. By underestimating Anton Geesink, they left themselves vulnerable. The Dutch giant toppled Akio Kaminaga in the final, delivering a shock on home soil. Japan's national pride had turned into an Olympic humiliation, and the loss became a lasting lesson. Never assume victory is guaranteed. Number 19, England's cricket bodyline tactics. The Ashes represent one of cricket's fiercest rivalries.
Starts next week. This week.
Was it this week, is it?
This week.
21st.
Oh, right, okay.
Starts at like 2 a.m.
I was going to
but-
say the timing's absolutely
It's in
terrible for us,
Australia.
isn't it?
It's in Australia this
Yeah.
time round. But it probably is one of a lot of people who are not involved in the Ashes, whether you're England or Australia. It's England v Australia cricket.
Yeah.
The competitiveness, of all that of it is huge.
Yeah. Oh, it
the
is
rivalry is massive.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the biggest in sports, and a lot of people won't appreciate that because they don't follow it, or they're not English or they're not Australian.
Yeah, absolutely,
But if you're English or Australian, the Ashes is it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the fans and
absolutely.
for the players,
Yeah.
it's all the same, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's a big rivalry.
Yeah. So it's
Huge.
there's loads of people already arriving in Australia for the Ashes already from England.
Yeah.
But we have what we call the Barmy Army.
Yeah, we
Oh, yeah, they'll be going, yeah.
Follow England cricket
I mean, there's
round.
loads of expats over there anyway,
There
isn't
is,
there?
yeah,
So, yeah.
But it's a massive. It starts this week as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be
Yeah,
good.
it's huge.
England and Australia. But England's tactics in 1932 nearly tore the game and the British Empire apart.
There are 2 teams out there. One is playing cricket, the other is making no attempt to do so.
To contain Australian star Don Bradman, Captain Douglas Jardine ordered bodyline bowling. Fast deliveries aimed at the batsman's body, with fielders crowding the leg side. It worked on the scoreboard, as England won the series. But the tactic was a colossal mistake. Players were injured, crowds were outraged, and Australia's government formally protested. The diplomatic rift between the two countries lingered for years.
It was so devastating to Anglo-Australian relations.
Relations between them were poisoned until the outbreak of World War II forced them to reconcile. Number 18, Lindsay Jacobellis blows it. Snowboarding was a sport coming into full international recognition in 2006. The snowboard cross event was making its Olympic debut in Turin. Young American superstar Lindsay Jacobellis was poised for a coronation, seconds away from winning the event's very first gold. Instead of cruising to victory, she went for a flashy grab on her last jump. wiping out spectacularly. The showboating move cost her the gold, as Switzerland's Tanja Frieden sped past to steal it. The fall haunted Jacob Ellis for years, replayed every time the Olympics rolled around. It wasn't until 2022 that she finally captured that elusive gold medal. It was a long-awaited but bittersweet redemption after one of the game's most famous wipeouts. Number 17, Jean van de Velde goes for the green. He arrived at the 18th hole of Carnoustie on the verge of victory. He needed only a double bogey to secure the championship. Most golfers in that situation would play it safe.
You lucky little rascal. And that bounced and seemed to go way to the right.
The Frenchman, though, pulled out his driver and attacked. His ball landed in the rough. Tough, but survivable. Then his next shot ricocheted off a grandstand. A later attempt landed in the water. His meltdown seemed to unfold in slow motion before the entire world. After removing his shoes and contemplating a shot from the burn, he finally staggered to a triple bogey. That forced a playoff he'd go on to lose, cementing one of the most infamous collapses in golf history.
He had it in the palm of his hand, and before he could close the finger,
It's not like the French to give it up
Easily. I remember that one. I remember him being in the war and taking his shoes off and that.
It was always a question of sport question, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
round the handles of the jug, it was snatched away.
Number 16, Andres Escobar's
I do remember this. This is a
was the
bad one. This is a real bad
1994
one.
World Cup final group stage match between Colombia and the U.S. Colombian defender Andres Escobar slid across the
Unlucky, he
field
just
to block a
slid
cross.
in, didn't he?
If he had been successful, the play would have been on highlight reels around the world.
there.
Sadly, Escobar accidentally redirected the ball into his own net. The mistake sealed Colombia's shocking elimination, a humiliating outcome for a team hailed as a tournament dark horse. Back home, Escobar became the face of that disappointment. Just days later, he was gunned down outside a Medellin nightclub, his killers tied to cartel gambling losses from the match. Escobar was made a scapegoat for his nation's failure. He paid for that failure with his life.
Crazy.
Shocking,
Imagine
isn't it?
coming from Colombia being called Escobar and someone's coming after you.
Yeah.
I'm going to phone out Pablo. You know, I'll get him. I'll phone him.
It's like imagine if like Harry Kane, when he whiffed that pen against France, he comes back and gets battered.
Eric Dyer was getting his family were getting done in the crowd, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
ran into the
Oh, he
crowd.
ran in there, didn't he? Yeah.
Cada vez que lo recordamos lloramos mucho, ya.
Those
Porque
were
te
bad.
repito, era un buen jugador y era como
Game of
persona, era
football.
una
Yeah.
persona intachable. ¿Qué culpa? Un autogol lo puede hacer cualquiera. No tenía, o sea, eso no tiene ningún derecho de que alguien le cobre la vida.
Number 15, the IOC lets Russians compete. Russian athletes doping has been an open secret and the butt of international jokes for decades. But in 2015, a scandal erupted. Evidence of a massive state-sponsored scheme and cover-up stretched across sports.
For years, international sports competitions have unknowingly been hijacked by the Russians. Coaches and athletes have been playing on an uneven field. Sports fans and spectators have been deceived.
The next year, the IOC had a chance to make a statement at the Rio Olympics. But instead of banning Russia outright, it allowed most athletes to compete. 2 years later in Pyeongchang, Russia was officially barred. Most of the world celebrated, until the Olympic athletes from Russia marched in under a neutral flag. The loophole became a running joke, as Russia kept winning medals while facing no real consequences.
Some Russian athletes, many of whom often medal in the Winter Games, can play if they can prove they're clean of performance-enhancing drugs, but they'll have to wear neutral, non-Russian uniforms.
Even today, the IOC finds pathways for Russians to compete, raising criticism that the organization values spectacle over accountability. Number 14, Tiger
Tiger Woods. on that thing there, would you, let's say for instance there was a Russian who you suspect they were cheating, but they got away with it and they come out clean under any test, but they're always under suspicion. And they said, right, I'm going to be British and push someone British out of the team and take over and become a British citizen.
Yeah.
And then represent Britain in the Olympics. Would you be all right with that?
Probably
Not really, no. I'd be pretty uneasy about it, I must admit.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, the whole point of the Olympics is to celebrate your country, no? So,
Yeah, well, it's to represent your country, isn't it? But a lot
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah,
you look,
of course
but
it
you
is,
look
yeah.
at all sports now. You look at football, for example, Qatar in the World Cup. Now, when Qatar are in the World Cup, right, when their team is announced, let's see how many Qataris are in there, right? Actual Qataris,
Right.
the big passport holding Qataris
Yeah.
with Brazilian names.
Right, okay.
Or names
right.
like that. But you know what I mean? They get these people that come over from all different countries, get nationality, and then they play for the national team. Same as cricket.
Yeah.
You know, you look at cricket, you've got people of all nationalities playing for.
It
for,
happens in a lot of
Britain
sports
or,
teams, certainly like football. You get a lot of people that are.
More so cricket, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, we've had a load of like South Africans playing for us.
Yeah, we have.
Literally from South Africa, but because of parents or grandparents or something down the
Pakistanis
line.
When England go and tour, say, India, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our players can't go because they've got Pakistani origin.
Really?
And Pakistani passports.
So
they can't go because it's they don't let them have the passports. So I don't know what it's like in any other sports around the world.
Yeah.
Don't know for different things. So you're talking like, especially things like in North American sports, your NFL, your baseball, because a lot of baseball players, and you see a lot of them coming from overseas now as well. There's a lot from the Caribbean, there's a lot from Japan.
A lot
places
from
like
Japan,
the best one of them, one of the best at the moment is Shohei Ohtani. He's Japanese.
And
but I think he represents Japan. I think he's pure on Japanese.
Right, okay. Yeah.
But you will get ones that come in and represent. I mean, I think did we see it at the World Cup of Baseball, where I think some of the English team were American, or the British team were American.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you have like a grandma from the UK.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, Ireland started it.
Yeah, of course.
So everyone, if you had an Irish setter, you could play for Ireland.
Yeah.
It's like us with, is it Gibraltar that we have? Like, because we have a link with that island. I think Jamie Carragher's some plays for Gibraltar now. And you go like, he's still a scout
someone
you've
does,
ever seen in your life. And you go, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Woods' affairs. At the peak of his career, Woods wasn't merely the best golfer in the world, he was one of the most recognizable brands on earth.
He was the ultimate competitor. He did what he had to do to win.
It certainly created Tiger and then everybody else.
Then came 2009 and the personal choices that shattered it all. Woods' multiple extramarital affairs came to light in a tabloid firestorm. His private life splashed across magazine covers and TV screens worldwide. His marriage collapsed and so did his sponsorships. Gatorade, AT&T, and Accenture all bailed. Only Nike stuck around. Analysts estimated the fallout cost him billions in endorsements and tournament revenue. Though Tiger clawed his way back on the course, even winning the 2019 Masters, his reputation never fully recovered.
Many doubted we'd ever see it.
It's mad how you could be the best in the world.
But here it is.
Yeah.
And one mistake.
The return to glory.
The scandal remains one of the costliest self-inflicted mistakes in sports history. Number 13, the European Super League. When Europe's richest football clubs announced a breakaway Super League in 2021, the backlash was as instant as it was full of rage.
It's a criminal act.
A spit in the face.
It is a nuclear war.
Fans, players, governments, even royalty slammed it as a soulless cash grab. It was universally understood that this league would destroy the spirit of competition in the sport. Within 48 hours of the announcement, most clubs pulled out in embarrassment. The idea, though, never really died. Legal battles and backroom deals have kept the project alive in fits and starts, with renewed pushes surfacing even in 2025.
We don't want to be consumers.
Still going to happen.
Supporters of a football
They'll still be going for it, won't they?
Well, they're kind of
definitely.
They're kind of half doing it with the Club World Cup now, aren't they? Where they're putting loads of money into that, so it's just like so everyone can get money. And then we're going to expand it to bi-yearly now, is it? Because once every 4 years.
I'm a massive football fan, as you know. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I think there's too much football.
There is far too much football.
Possibly, Sunday night.
Yeah.
So, can't get anything done.
Yeah.
Watch it all.
We need to be strong.
Losing loads of money in the gambling scene. Everything. It's a disaster for my life.
Well, yeah, exactly, because you don't have any. When you miss it, you enjoy it more. So, like, I don't watch football over the international break.
Same.
But then you get excited to then watch United see when it comes back on. Well, not United as much recently, but that's why, like, in the summer, like, we had the Club World Cup, and then you just straight back into that.
Not gonna lie though, I only watch one game in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it at all.
It wasn't for me, but your team wasn't in it.
Yeah,
so
didn't have much interest in it. But this Super League, they'll try and do it by stealth. They won't just come out and do it like they did last time because there's massive outrage. They'll try and do it. They'll just keep adding to it and just tweaking it until
the Champions League's gone that way already.
It's
already got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now there's four games you play now at home instead of 3.
Yeah, more matches in there. Just changing the format slightly, but they'll get round to it by doing it in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play 80 games now a season, something like that. You just go, well, then that's going to affect international tournaments, and that could be 90 games at that point, and then that's where all the players have fallen off. Like, their injuries are so bad now.
Too much for the players, isn't it? Too much. It really is.
To be a sort of two-way relationship there.
What began as a poorly thought out power play has become an ongoing tug of war over the soul of European football. Number 12. Coach Little keeps Martinez in the game. Game 7 of the 2003 ALCS had Boston fans dreaming of finally knocking out the hated Yankees.
But when the Red Sox came back in the Bronx to tie the playoff
this is a
series
proper
in 3
rivalry.
games,
Big time.
they looked like a team of destiny.
The curse of the Bambino felt ready to break. With a 5-2 lead in the 8th, though, ace Pedro Martinez was clearly tiring. Manager Grady Little had relievers ready, but chose to leave Pedro on the mound. The Yankees pounced, stringing together hit after hit to tie the game. Hours later, Aaron Boone's walk-off homer in the 11th sent New York to the World Series. Little's decision cost him his job and remains one of baseball's legendary blunders.
That cost him the game, that cost him the series, that cost him a chance at the World Series, and ultimately it cost Grady Little his job.
If not for the Red Sox's championship redemption the following year, he might still rank alongside Bill Buckner as Boston's most notorious scapegoat. Number 11, the 2004 NHL lockout. More than 20 years ago, NHL owners and players clashed over a new collective bargaining agreement. The league demanded a salary cap to curb escalating costs. The players' union balked.
It's time to bid farewell to the NHL's 2004-2005 season and what might have been.
Neither side blinked, and the NHL became the first major North American sports league to cancel an entire season. Fans were furious as their arenas went dark. For the first time since 1919, the Stanley Cup stayed put. Though the eventual deal gave owners their salary cap, the damage to the sport's popularity was lasting.
Our Board of Governors gave its unanimous approval to a collective bargaining agreement that signals a new era for our league.
A year of hockey was completely erased thanks to greed and stubbornness. Number 10, 1 yard to victory.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
With the clock winding down on Super Bowl 49,
20 seconds.
The Seattle Seahawks were closing in on defeating the Patriots and winning the big game for the second consecutive year. All that was left for them was to move the ball 1 yard into the end zone.
I can't believe the call.
With beast mode Marshawn Lynch on their side, it seemed like the Seahawks were almost
why would you
definitely
throw
going to
it?
run it in and win the game. However, in a shocking turn of events, Seattle decided to try and pass the ball instead. This led to Malcolm Butler intercepting the pass and New England winning the Super Bowl.
It's got to be one of the dumbest calls in Super Bowl history.
Number 9, Gretzky is benched.
Is this the toughest moment in your hockey career? Well, to say the least, we're devastated.
It was the 1998 Nagano Winter Olympic Games, and in the hockey semifinals, Canada was forced into a shootout with the Czech Republic, despite being clear favorites to win the game. But all was not lost. Canada had the star power, including the great one, Wayne Gretzky. There was no way they could lose the shootout, right? Well, for unknown reasons, the coach, Mark Crawford, didn't nominate Gretzky to take a shot. Due to this highly questionable decision, Canada lost the game and finished 4th. The details behind Crawford's medal-losing choice to bench Gretzky have never been explained.
And I feel so sorry for Gretzky. You know, you can almost see it in his eyes. This is it for me for the Olympics, and it's sad.
Number 8, the 2002 figure skating mishap.
David, what was your first thought when the numbers went up?
It was like a punch in the stomach.
In the 2002 Winter Olympics, Russia was awarded gold in the pair's figure skating event, to the shock of many, including the silver medalists. Jamie Salé and David Pelletier of Canada put on a performance that many felt should have won the duo gold. As the scores came in, so did many complaints, and the judges were accused of fixing the competition. This was confirmed when a French judge broke down in her hotel and confessed that she was pressured by the head of the French skating organization to give the Russians a higher score. This led to both Russia and Canada being awarded the gold.
They could see that we made absolutely no mistake, and it has to be that picky when two skaters do skate well. And they definitely did.
France should be banned.
Number 7, Pacquiao's split decision loss to Bradley. In 2012, Manny Pacquiao was boxing's biggest global star. Audiences were primed to watch his bout, defending the WBO welterweight title against undefeated Timothy Bradley.
All eyes on Pacquiao to see if he's ready for the fight or if he has been diminished by his personal transformation, as so many seem to be thinking is the case.
For most fans and commentators, the fight didn't feel close. Pacquiao dominated with speed and power, outlanding Bradley in nearly every statistical category. By the final bell, the outcome seemed obvious. Then came the shock. A split decision for Bradley. The arena erupted in boos, and outrage swept the sport. The call was so controversial it sparked accusations of corruption and renewed demands for reform in boxing's scoring system.
And I think that is a terrible, bogus decision.
I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say.
Pacquiao and Bradley would fight twice more, with Pacquiao winning both fights. But the 2012 decision remains one of boxing's most infamous. Number 6, the Pete Rose scandal.
The banishment for life of Pete Rose from baseball is the sad end of a sorry
gambling
episode.
on it.
Pete Rose should be a baseball legend. With many record-breaking feats under his belt, he would have gone down as one of the best hitters in MLB history. However, due to his gambling scandal in 1989, this will never be the case.
That's when
Rose
baseball was there, wasn't
betting
it?
on Cincinnati Reds games while he was employed as a
It's
manager.
a great uniform,
for the
that.
team.
Yeah, big time.
As a result of this,
Phillies.
he was deemed permanently ineligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Hit King's poor decisions and apparent gambling addiction may have destroyed his legacy forever.
Why would you, the cardinal rule of no betting?
I don't know. I was stupid. I made mistakes.
Number 5, Zidane's headbutt.
I think Pete Rose, I think there's like, these what do you call them, like, what's the word when everyone gets together and petitions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Petitions to get him into the Hall
Oh,
of
is
Fame,
it?
Baseball Hall of Fame, yeah.
Right, okay.
He's been ongoing for ages. I don't know how old this video is.
I think it's quite new.
It is, yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if he ever got in.
Right,
I know
okay.
it's been petitioned for ages to try and get him in. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I see.
In the dying stages of extra time in the 2006 World Cup final between France and Italy, star midfielder Zinedine Zidane was needed for the possible penalty shootout that would follow. However, numerous insults from Italian centre-back Marco Materazzi provoked Zidane to headbutt the Italian, and he was sent off.
Bizarre.
The game went to
Red
penalties,
mist,
where
ain't it?
Zidane would have certainly made a big impact for France. However, they lost to Italy instead. Zidane has publicly said that he wouldn't have been able to live with himself if he wasn't sent off. We're not sure that France would say the same thing.
You can't excuse that. Zidane's career ends in disgrace.
Number 4, the MLB steroid era.
One of those guys you looked at and said, that's a Hall of Famer. Well, a Hall of Fame career perhaps, but the choice that he made to use performance-enhancing drugs, to me, that does not define a Hall of Famer.
Throughout the 1990s, Major League Baseball's poor sanctions on the use of steroids led to crazy high stats across the league. Due to the use of performance-enhancing drugs, some players hit a lot more home runs than the previous averages.
You see Mark
And
McGuire,
this wasn't a gradual
huge.
change either.
Yeah, big
Between
lad.
the 1995 and 1996 seasons, the number of 40-plus home run hitters increased from 4 to 17. These extraordinary numbers caused a series of steroid scandals involving the likes of Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire. This led to long-term ineligibility for some and major health concerns for others.
To me, Bud Selig, he will be defined by how this era is viewed by history.
Number 3, Patrick Roy versus Mario Tremblay.
Bang, bang, 8, 9 goals. I didn't have any choice then, and I know that he was mad.
It was an off night for the Montreal Canadiens in December of '95. The team was suffering at the hands of the Detroit Red Wings. However, it could have gone very differently. It was well known that goalie Patrick Roy and new coach Mario Tremblay were not the best of friends. But this poor relationship escalated after Tremblay waited until Roy had let in 9 goals before switching goalies. Tremblay's power play contributed to the biggest home defeat in Canadiens history. Montreal would lose their star goalie shortly after, and Roy went on to win 2 more Stanley Cups with the Colorado Avalanche.
What do you reckon for top 2? I've got one in mind, and that's it.
The one I've got in mind,
Lance Armstrong is what I've got.
Yeah,
that's a big one.
Lance Armstrong, yeah, it's drug cheating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're probably right there. I was thinking of the what about the ice skater who got a leg? Nancy Kerrigan, Tony Harding.
Yeah.
There's that one.
What's the NBA ref? Is it Donahue? Got done for rigging games.
The one rigging games, yeah, but he never got caught for it
until after. He got banned. In the end.
He got banned, but I watched a documentary on him last week, and I think I don't think he was ever found guilty of it.
Really?
I think.
Did he just admit that it sort of
happened?
happened?
He kind of said, "Well, I don't think he ever fixed a game."
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. I think that's what he said. I said I never fixed the game.
Was it just like a foul every now and then?
He was getting money from betting, but he was just giving inside information. He was kind of saying like, one of their players is out injured, and I don't know. So I'd go with the Knicks on this one. The Knicks look a stronger team. I'd pick the Knicks, but they had code for it, so he was calling up the mob.
Yeah,
sort of like giving them code. And sort of like saying, today we're going to have biscuits, and that meant go with the home team or something like that. Something along them lines, sort of thing. But you can never prove it, I don't think, that he had any influence. But I think he did get banned, but I can't remember. I only watched it last week as well. I can't remember.
Which I think, because a lot of people nowadays will say the Doncic trade, because it's just the stupidest decision in NBA history.
It was a very odd one, that, wasn't it?
Well, the guy, he's now been sacked, finally.
Oh, really?
Harrison.
Yeah, it was a very, very strange one, wasn't it?
Because he traded away a generational superstar at 24 years old.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
The only other thing I can think of is the Formula One. Is it where Prost drove into Senna? Was it, I think, on purpose? Because then he knew that then if he took Senna out, he knew that he'd be world champion. I think it's on the first corner, and he just ploughed straight into him just to take him out.
Which is like
straight out the Max Verstappen playbook.
Oh yeah,
safety car.
That's the only I can think of. But
you're right.
Not easy, and it's too bad how this whole situation came out.
Number 2, Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
Oh, fair
Sam
enough.
Bowie was really good, but by the time they drafted him, he'd missed 2 full years. He'd been redshirted twice. To me, it's more of a what if.
Nobody can see the future, but they can dwell on the past, especially if you're the Portland Trailblazers. In the 1984 NBA draft, Portland was on the clock for the 2nd overall pick, selecting Sam Bowie from Kentucky. However, in the 3rd pick, Chicago drafted Michael Jordan. Bowie was a decent player, but his career was plagued with numerous injuries, making this a bad decision before we even look at what Jordan accomplished on the court. He was, and still is, a pop culture powerhouse. We can be sure that Portland is still kicking themselves about this one.
How could people not see this in the moment? You gotta be kidding me. Who passes up this guy?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe
It's easy when
to
he's
our
already
channel
when
and
he's
ring
done
the
what he's
bell.
done. Could have easily gone the other way.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Babe Ruth. Franchise.
Did say.
Was able to beat the Red Sox before this. The Red Sox could never beat New York after the sale either.
Still recognized today as one of the greatest hitters in baseball history, Babe Ruth was possibly the biggest steal for the Yankees, no matter the price. After building a legend in Boston, he was sold to New York's better-known team in 1919. This deal saw the beginning of the curse of the Bambino. After Ruth's move, he managed to capture 4 World Series titles, while the Sox were in the early stages of an 86-year championship drought. Not only did Ruth bring New York a lot of glory, but his departure from Boston fueled one of the greatest rivalries in sports.
Ari Frazee was sitting in a taxi, and he was bragging that he sold Ruth, and the cab driver slammed the brakes, pulled him out, and punched him in the nose.
Did your favorite team commit an error that is etched in your memory forever? What other sports blunders will live on in infamy?
I think we've got the 115 pending.
I'm surprised no Armstrong on there though, because the entire doping cycling thing. That's the entire sport for like 50 years.
It's kind of a given in cycling, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can be doping because it's just the endurance.
There's a few sports now when I look at it and I think it's boxing now. I can't watch boxing. I mean, I watched the Eubank fight over the weekend against Ben, but it was like I used to go and everything. I used to enjoy it. And now I look at it and I think, nah, it's rigged.
Yeah, I know.
It's not for me.
I mean, they had the Pacquiao one before, but I mean, there's been plenty of other
there's been loads
boxing matches that have been controversial with the putting points decisions and things like that.
Even the points in the Ben Eubank fight weekend, one guy had it like 116, 112, and I'm like, what have you been watching?
It was like his 15-point swing.
Yeah, I'm like, what have you been watching that you think it was that close?
When everybody else thinks it's something else. It is incredible, really.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, you got the what's it fight now coming up as well next month. Now he's
Jake Paul Joshua,
and AJ. Yeah,
will we see a nice Joshua dive in the 5th?
Well, if Joshua doesn't fight this in the way he should be fighting it, he's finished. He's done. And he'll only ever be known as a bum.
Yeah,
big time.
So he's got to do something that's going to sort of like shine to make him say, "I was a world champion."
And it shouldn't be boxing him, really, should it? If he's serious about being world champion again, he needs to be boxing people.
We'll do a whole different video on that.
Yeah, I understood the Ngannou fight, but like because it's Francis Ngannou and he's massive and he's changing combat sport. Jake Paul's a fucking YouTuber. He can box, but he lost to Tommy Fury.
If someone said to you, "Do you want to fight Jake Paul or Francis Ngannou?"
Yes.
You're fighting Jake Paul all day long, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Eddie Hearn's like, mate, don't you try and lose to Ngannou here.
Yeah.
But it's payday for him again, isn't it? He'll be he'll be getting plenty of money for it. So
absolutely.
But anyway, like I say, that's for another day. That one, maybe.
But that's sport. That's what sport's come to. It's come to a very corporate greed in sport now. It's
money.
He's grabbing it from whatever angle he can get it from. I witness it on a weekly basis with the team I follow, and it's just corporate greed when it comes into it. I'm like, what are you doing? The regular fan in the street who goes there, saves up his money to go week in, week out, just can't afford it.
Same as us. Yeah, exactly. Same as us.
Squeezed dry.
Yeah.
You know, the normal everyday fan.
And it's right across. The only thing you can do now is go to your Sunday league teams.
Yeah.
And watch proper grassroots football.
Yeah.
You know, it's
it's not working class sport anymore, is it?
No.
At all.
No. Not when you go to the stadiums, it's not.
No, absolutely.
Not £10-15 a pint.
It's far removed from that, isn't it now? Far removed. So
it's
completely different.
Yep. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.